is he is a real blacksmith. Of course he is. How else would I make all these fine things? Speaking of which, have we decided upon what we're making today, adventurers? What do you need on your quest?
The backyard caver says, now with the walls up, you need to be careful because of that smoke.
Yes! We have a few vent holes, and we'll install a bit of a fan up in Jeffrey here in order to keep the smoke up.
Let's do this.
Young apprentice, if you venture into Fort Freedom, that's what we'll call it, Fort Freedom, and find there's a small fan, grab that, bring that out here. It's small, kind of go like this. Or you can go into the barn, into the middle stall, and grab me the large fan. One of those two. This is your quest, young adventurer. Loco! Thank you for the rose. Smells like hammer! Ah, a blade with a twisted metal handle. Yes, that could be. Oh, a battle axe. Alex Miller. That is a fine suggestion, but a little bit more than what we have time for in today's live, my friend. We're at 10,000 likes. That's fantastic. That means it's time to give Fenrir, our faithful friend of the forge, his treat. He's a good boy. He deserves all the treats. Oh, a skinning blade. That could be done. Now that we have the walls up. Look at all the smoke. A candy cane blade. Oh, that sounds nice. There are some great suggestions in here, and they're all focusing around a blade. Do you give names to your creations? In fact, in times we do, my friend. A dagger. Matthew. That's a solid choice. A door knocker. Shan. Oh, that is good. Catapult handle. What are we making? You guys keep throwing it out there. Spoon. Should draw the smoke once it's hot. Yes, it will. Poker. For a fish shack wood stove. Oh, yes. Give the pipe before you light the fire. It will help the smoke out. Yes, it will. A spear for hunting trolls. A butter knife. Knork. Wise one. A back scratcher. A knife fork. Oh, Axeman. That is a good suggestion. A new recruit for the Gnome Army. The rest of them are kicking around here somewhere. Alex Miller. A hunting blade. That is a good choice, my friend. Why be a swordsmith? Well, because swords are awesome.
I did not find that fan, but I found this fan.
That is not a fan, that is a heater.
Yeah.
It has fan mode. This isn't going to do it.
Oh.
Go into the middle stall. Grab that one.
Oh.
This was a good try, but not appropriate for our venture today. Ah, thank you for the love. Hammer, my friend. Oh, a throwing blade. That's a good one. Where are we from? Vancouver Island, Canada. Although right now, we're just outside of Whiterun. And we've reached over 10,000 likes. It's time to feed our faithful friend Fenrir. Fenrir! Come here, puppy! Can you hear him? He comes. There he is! Fenrir! What a good boy! Are you keeping the elves at bay? Would you like a treat? You would? Take a seat. Sit. Shake a paw. Very good boy. Here you go. Good puppy. This is Fenrir, our faithful friend of the forge. He's a good boy. Every 10,000 likes, we call him out and give him a treat. Or, if you send a corgi, we'll bring him out right away. Loco, thank you for the rose. We've got a lot of votes for daggers, maces, and axes. My goodness. Door knocker is a very good suggestion. Fustroda! There he is. Excellent. This on its lowest setting. That's gonna work. The first live in how long? This is incredible.
Bubbles the Red Fireball says, the first official NPC Blacksmith Live.
Bubble! Welcome back to the Forge, my friend. Yes, the very first NPC Blacksmith live stream in the new location. Dragons burned down our last forge. The Jarl of Whiterun kicked us out. Said it was all our fault for bringing in all those baby dragons. Now we gather the skulls of the dead dragons, the slain dragons that you adventurers have done. The forge is lit. Just trying to deal with the smoke. We don't want all the smoke.
Charlie Dinkow sent Corgi.
What an adorable little puppy! Would you like to see mine? Fenrir! Come here, puppy! There he is! What a good boy! Would you like a treat? Sit.
Matthew Jimmerfield says,
Oh boy. Yeah, there we go.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, I mean a sickle would be so cool.
Oh, that would be.
Bubbles the Red Fireball says, I say candy canes.
Sorry, what did Bubbles say?
Bubbles says, he says, I say candy canes.
Candy canes! Bubbles, that is a fine suggestion. We've had door knockers, candy canes, gnome for the gnome army. What do you think, adventurer? What do you think, young apprentice?
Sickle.
A sickle is a fine suggestion, but a bit more than what we have time for today in the forge. What else could we make? Door knocker, dagger, or blade of some kind. In fact, I have a big, long rail spike that we could turn into something pretty cool. I've been looking for a reason to use this one, in fact. Haven't quite yet found it. Perhaps this could be it.
Blade.
A blade.
Bubbles the Red Fireball says candy cane. 2.8 CRD says a coat hook.
A coat hook. We could definitely do that.
Bubbles the Red Fireball says, I say we do a vote.
I agree. I completely agree, Bubbles. In fact, we're going to run a poll. Excuse me. Let's come over to the forge here. A warhammer. A railroad spike throwing blade. That could work. Let's see here. We're going to bring up our poll and gift vote. Quick poll. Start. Okay. It's between candy canes for the smileys, or if you want the dagger, then the crying. Smiles for the candy cane, crying for the dagger. Vote in the poll, my friend. Smiles for the candy cane and cries for the dagger. My goodness, the daggers are moving in quickly. Many people want the blade. Look at everybody. 5 for the candy cane. 20 for the blades. Hell, that is definitely a disparity, is it not? There.
It was the blade that won.
The blade won! All right! You have spoken, adventurers. This is an LMMORPG, a live, massive multiplayer online role-playing game. Anything could have been chosen. And you all together have collectively chosen the dagger. We're going to make a large, throwing dagger with a beautifully twisted handle out of this railroad spike. It's a big spike. This is the normal size for a rail spike. They say it's not the size of the spike that counts, it's the ties you're throwing it in.
Rogue Wolf says, I'm taking a break as your spy because I'm tired.
Rogue Wolf, you've done such an amazing job. Well done, my friend. And we know exactly what we're going to make this evening. First, you found my hammer. Then, you brought forth the heads of the slain dragons to help light the forge. Now we'll make you a throwing dagger so that you can do a little damage from a distance, my friend. Well done. We need more coal.
Shan says, do you sell your work?
Absolutely. Everything's for sale. If I had a child, I'd sell it too. It's a line from the game. Don't get offended, young apprentice.
Oh. Mr. Dinklepuss says, is it cold?
Mr. Dinklepuss, it is cold. And that cold makes it not cold.
Danny69 says, I'm the 13th warrior. I need equipment.
Ah, Danny69, you're just in time. We found my hammer. We've lit the forge. And now we're going to create an excellent railroad spike throwing dagger for you, my friend. This will be for sale come the end of the line. Everything's for sale. Anything I have for sale, you can order from my website, freedom.ca. Link is in my bio.
Dairy Milk Keeson says, you sound like the narrator in a quest.
Yes! Welcome to the NPC Blacksmith shop, my friend. This is where you gain items for your quests or quests in general. All manner of things. You bring the materials. I get them forged for you, my friend. They'll be very useful for you on your quest.
King Tone says, Do you ship worldwide?
I do. There's not a place on the world that I haven't sent something. I have something of my work on every continent in this world, and I'm working on every country. So yes, my friend, we sure do. Currently, what we have for sale on our shop are made to order blades. These here were made in celebration of the opening of the Grand Forge. I was going to do a live drawing of the winner of these today, but I forgot to print off the necessary paperwork, and so we will be announcing the winner tomorrow instead. I apologize for that oversight. It's been a lot to get the forge up and roaring again.
White Rotter sent Galaxy.
The galaxy itself! Well done, my friend! You have unlocked a fantastic upgrade for yourself, and you've carved your name on the Wall of Freedom. Young apprentice, bring the phone. Detach. While our steel heats in the forge, you've unlocked a secret achievement. Everyone who sends a galaxy or better gets their name on the Wall of Freedom. And here we are. What was his name?
His name was...
You'll have to spell it for me.
Capital W.
Say that again.
Capital W.
W.
Y.
Why? Because I asked for it.
A.
A. Very Canadian.
T.
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 Space.
Space.
Capital R.
R.
O.
O.
D.
D.
E.
E.
R.
R. That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Wyatt Roder! Welcome to the Wall of Freedom, my friend! You've unlocked a secret achievement. By sending a galaxy, your name is now immortalized here in the Forge for all to see. Thank you for your contribution, my friend. Let's check on the Forge. Ah, yes. Heating nicely. The smoke is a trouble.
It is. There's so much smoke.
Not to worry, adventurers. Normally, I'm not concerned, but I've got the young apprentice here. We don't want the black lung.
What's black lung?
That's what you get in, like, 18th century England from being a chimney sweep.
Oh.
Seems to be helping.
Still a lot of smoke.
Oh, yes. Over here seems to be okay. There you go.
Dragon Wolf sent Corgi.
Dragon Wolf! An adorable little puppy! Would you like to see mine? Fenrir! Come here, puppy! There he is! Fenrir, come here! Good boy! Good boy, would you like a treat? Sit. This is Fenrir, our friend in the forge. Every time you send a corgi, or every time you get us up 10,000 likes, we bring Fenrir out and give him a treat. He's a good boy. He deserves all the treats. He's on elf patrol, making sure those pesky elves keep their noses where they belong. Getting warmer. The forge is nearly ready.
Account hair says, point the fan pointing outside.
That is a solid suggestion, and it is. Now, the first thing we're going to do is get a little bit of distance out of our handle. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Your like Greymane holds that honor. Man steals legendary. All I ask for is a fair chance. The finest blades and armor.
Jeffrey III says, I saw this game on Roblox.
Jeffrey, welcome in, my friend. I'm sorry to hear you've been blocked. I didn't do it. You've stumbled into the NPC Blacksmith. Welcome, my friend. First, our adventurers countered the elves' spells and helped us find our hammer. Then, they brought forth the skulls of the vanquished dragons from quests long past and put them into the forge. Now, we begin to forge a grand rail-throwing dagger for our adventurers to use on their upcoming quests.
Jeffrey III says, make the thing from Minecraft.
I have delved into many mines, my friend, and crafted many things. Yes. The dwarves, they have the most elaborate of minds. But us humans, we do have our own as well. And we do craft in and around them, yes. We mine in and around the craft all the time. Great suggestion, my friend. Welcome to Skyrim. What are you doing that for? You know I can see you, right? I see. Well, you can tell her it'll be a frosty day in Oblivion. Damn dragons. Always burning things down. Why can't they just go away like they used to do?
Dragon Wolf sent donuts.
Thank you for the sweet roll. Oh, a blacksmith prefers grilled leeks and beef stew.
Ashley says Henry is hungry.
Henry? Barely even know him. Nate, thank you for the love. Hammer, my friend! very carefully crafting our fire.
Ashley says, "Darn it, was hoping you'd get the game reference. Kingdom Come Deliverance."
Ah, that is one I've not played yet, my friend. The steel is heating up nicely. It's been a while since we've been here together, my friend. How have your adventures been? What have you been doing? I've been up to all sorts of things. Started and failed businesses. Moved several times. We had one location for a forge, but dragons burned that down. Then we had another location for a forge. Dragons burned that one down too. But then we found a third location, and the dragons have not burned that one down. That one stood up. And here we are. Hopefully it doesn't sink into the swamp. I'm sure the swamp witch would love that.
Beef Gun says, "This is different. I like."
I'm glad you like it, my friend. We're live every Saturday, 4:44 p.m. Pacific Standard, Pacific Skyrim time. First, we found my hammer. The elves, they're always casting spells upon my eyes, adventurer. Once we found my hammer, we were able to have our adventurers bring the skulls of the slain dragons to put into the forge so that we can craft the necessary materials for you on your quest, adventurer. Welcome to the forge. We're almost up to heat now.
Monsky says, "How many iron daggers did it take to hit level 99 smithing?"
1,369. Nice. We've got it hot. Let's hit it hard. Working on the handle.
Monsky says, "OMG, that clinking says, OMG, that clinking is, it's like I'm back in Whiterun."
Very close indeed, my friend. Welcome to the forge. It's great to have you here. Hi. Haha, Ramuchu! Skol, my friend. Haha, who's awesome? You's awesome. That was a strange sound, wasn't it?
Yeah, I keep hearing that. That's a weird noise. I keep hearing that.
It's not Fenrir.
I know.
Oh! Might be wolves about. Check on Millie. it Millie?
No. No, there could be wolves outside.
Walk lightly and carry a big blade. What's making that noise? $38 gold then. Take it or leave it. All right. Don't worry, we armed the young apprentice. It's the skooma addicts. It's very possible. Let's see. There's definitely something out there. Yeah. That is an animal for sure. The donk, I hope not. Junior, thank you. Yeah, because it's dark. Go grab a flashlight. Big one. Brightest one you can find. Yeah, I think so. Shan, right now, just the Grand Forge blades. Definitely not a bear. Ooh! We don't know. We can't see. That is like repetitive. Do you want to go on a little adventure, my friends? It could be a coyote. We are in BC. The young apprentice is grabbing a light to see with. That? Ooh! It's probably my father. It's not Millie. Look, there's Millie. It's not Marley. Hi, sweetheart. Ooh! Woo! Well, whatever's back there, it stopped. You found one?
Yeah.
You've got the blade, I've got the light. Let's go look. Woo! You okay?
Yeah.
Candace, I'm a ninja Viking blacksmith. Whatever's out here needs to be careful. Woo! There are creatures outside the forge, adventurer. We're on a side quest. Woo! Might be the elves. Huh. Well, we came looking. We do have cougars. The young apprentice is armed. We're safe. Trolls. I thought it might be. That's why I brought some iron with me. All right, well then. We did, Dre. We went looking for them and everything. Just as we got the light, they stopped talking. Must have been the wind. We need the Skyrim music, like the battle music. Hey, intruder! Thought you could sneak up on me. There's a puppy. There's a horsey. Let's go back to the forge. I'm sure the metal's hot. Shan, absolutely. Mr. Dinklepuss, thank you. Axeman, it is a beautiful location. Here we are. These are our blades that we forged for the grand opening live. We're going to be choosing the winner and announcing it tomorrow. It was supposed to be today, but with everything that's been going on, it's just been super busy. Dog just vibing with the horse. Here you go, sir. Well, must have been the wind. I've never heard that howling like that before.
Maybe it was a coyote.
We have small wolves, not quite coyotes. They're slightly different, but they are small wolves. They're like that big, at the hip kind of thing. A pack of them could be a problem for another dog, but for a person, you're pretty safe. Especially if you walk lightly and carry a big blade. Bubbles, you said the metal would be hot, but we turned the fire off. Never walk away from a coal forge with the air on. You're gonna have a bad time.
Jeffrey the Third says, I didn't know they had knives in Minecraft.
Jeffrey! They've got all kinds of things in Minecraft. And don't call them that, call them blades. For the algorithm. Britness, 01, Hammer! Welcome in, my friend. The young apprentice needs another healing potion.
I do.
He guzzled his already. Go grab some water if you want. Here. Oh, I don't have any candies with me. We'll grab one too.
Okay.
The steel's getting nice and warm. Would you like to see? Come see. Come see, adventurer. Honey, yes, we sure do. Shan, I've been forging for over a decade now. Jeffrey, just a little case of the dragon sickness. You'll be okay. Canadian Goy, you're absolutely correct, in fact. Have I made armor before? I have. I've made armor. We tested the armor. It went really well. Looks hot. It is now. Renegade, thank you for the follow. We'll be seeing a lot more of each other, my friend. We're live every Saturday, 4:44 p.m. Pacific Skyrim time. You're a goldsmith. Oh, very nice. K2WE. Dre, thank you for the follow, my friends. Honey butter, absolutely, James. Good suggestion. The apprentice has gone to visit the apothecary. We'll forge on while he's away. You found my hammer. You lit the forge. Now we make your throwing blade. We are drawing out the handle material, adventurer. So you can have a good grip on this. And an even, clean release. There we go. We switch hammers, moving down to a smaller, so that we can forge in the corners. There we go. Now that we have the handle situated, we're going to work on drawing out the blade. This is to be for throwing. So we're going to have a large amount of mass at the tip and less towards the heel. Straight into the forge. Now we need to manage our fire here. It's getting a bit unruly. Come take a look. Hammer! India Bravo. Matthew, we will definitely be twisting the handle. Exactly, Dre. If we call it the other thing. Just less. Ryu, thank you for the follow. I didn't say none, just less. Now I see. Is that fire good for a barbecue? If you were to use charcoal, yes. Or if, you like a little sulfur in your meat, absolutely. Ah, very good. Now, where's my water? Ah, there it is. Our fire is getting a little out of control here. We need to control our fire. We do that with water. There's a nice puff of smoke. I love a good fire, right? We're almost at our fest pop goal. There we are. We need to build up the fan base again. So send a horde me, and I'll give you a hammer! Welcome to the forge, my friends. First, we found my hammer. Then, you brought the slain heads of dragons from quests long past, and we placed them carefully in the forge. Now, we make a throwing blade, so that you can go on your quest and slay what you need to, my friend, from far away. It's just like it's making it do a big circle in here.
Kind of sounds like someone's playing a banjo outside.
No.
Kind of like that, but it's like more like one thing. Like it continues like oh, sounds like that.
Ah, that's the Greybeards. They're always shouting about something. Come, adventurer. Come, apprentice. Now, we're going to create where the handle is. So that we do not forge past this. There we go. Now what we need to do is draw this forward. There we are. Back in the fire. Oh, it's still got a little heat with it. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Yorlin Greymane holds that honor. Man steals legendary. Only ask for a fair chance. There we are.
I thought I heard like a pack of dogs barking.
Down the neighbor down there, his dogs were barking at our howling.
Oh.
At our talking with whatever it was back there in, I'm guessing, the neighboring property. It wasn't in ours.
I wonder what it is.
Probably island wolves. They're rare, but they're here.
Or it could be something on the supernatural side.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Somebody did suggest such a thing. Halitosis, thank you for sharing the live, my friend. Bestie, Katrina, thank you for the follow. Ethan Meterson, thank you for the follow. Make sure, young apprentice, when people give us a follow, you give them the accolades they require. You say thank you for the follow.
Mr. Dinkoplus says SW.
SW. Somebody else said that too. It's possible.
Or it could be a W. Or it could be a leprechaun.
It's probably island wolves.
Yeah.
But anything is possible out in these parts, my friend. Strange creatures roam about the night. Strange things. Switching hands. There we are. Now that we have 3 different sections, we have the handle section, we have the initial blade section, and then we have the part that will end up going into whatever this is cast at section. What we do next, we true all this up, and then we start spreading it out. We want an edge on either side of this blade, so that no matter which way it lands, it'll do its damage. Looking to protect yourself? Or deal some damage?
Forsaken Chosen says, I'm a master blacksmith on Elder Scrolls Online. I'm here to learn the real stuff.
Welcome to the forge, my friend. Was it the Whiterun music that drew you in? Or perhaps it was the hot steel. Perhaps it was the grilled leeks and beef stew.
Starstruck sent heart me.
Starstruck! Thank you for the love! Hammer! We're getting this great and hot. Thank you for the follow. They will love me in Valhalla. I'm sure they watch us now and say, keep your eye on that one.
India Bravo says, you need some mead, my friend.
That is so true. We definitely need mead. This is only our first stream back. We will have it on the next, I'm sure. I've got a little pine needle tea. Not quite mead, but it'll work. Skull! Remember, my friends, at 20,000 likes, we call forth the hound and give him a treat. So tap on the screen. It's almost time. Or send a corgi. If you send a corgi, we bring out Fenrir right away. Cooper the corgi is Fenrir's favorite friend, and we need to give him some strength to be able to play.
Mr. Dinklepus says it's 20K.
20,000 likes! Well done, adventurer! That's a lot of tapping. Let's get that hound a treat. Fenrir! Come here, buddy. There he is. What a good boy. You hearing all those sounds out there? What's going on, huh? You're doing a good job. They're not on the property. Would you like a treat? You would? Okay, you sit. Shake a paw. Very nice. Yeah, got it. Good boy. Very nice. This is Fenrir, our hound. He's such a good boy. Every 10,000 likes, we bring him out and give him a treat. Or, if you want to see him again right away, send a corgi and we'll bring him out to play. And give him a treat as well.
Mr. Dinklepus says, too many treats, lol.
Never too many treats. I forget, Mr. Dinklepus, you're new here. We treat our dog quite well. Got a lot of steel to shape. Huh? I see. Well, you can tell her it'll be a cold day in Oblivion. We're starting to get a bit of a shape now.
Mr. Dinklepus says, you have popping up on my FYP a lot lately.
Fantastic, my friend. It's working. Excellent. Hammer!
Sean says, I'm fan number 52.
Number 52. Hammer! How's the music, my friends? Can you hear it?
Shan says, yep. Mr. Dinklopus says, kinda quiet, NLG, NGL. Forsaken Chosen says, question, does your father barter his Skyrim steel for septins or gold?
Yes, in fact, we do, my friend. Every one of our creations are all available on our website, freedom.ca. At this moment in time, the item which we have, that we're currently in the middle of doing a run of, are these. These are the blades to celebrate the grand opening of the forge. Nice chisel tip. We want to give it one more polish and a bit more of a sharpen before it's 100% ready. It's not quite hair-popping sharp yet. It will be when it goes out.
Gadget sent Heart Me.
Thank you for the love, Gadget! Hammer! Welcome to the fan club.
Forsaken Chosen says, beautiful steel.
Thank you very much, my friend. I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Yorlin Greymane holds that honor. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask for is a fair chance.
Mr. Dinklopus sent Heart Me.
Mr. Dinklopus! Hammer! Coming right along.
Avery says, big man, my paw's saddle just broke. May you forge him a new one?
Ah, yes, of course, adventurer. Once we're finished with these blades, we can begin work on your paw's saddle.
Sean says, I'm a descendant of Jarl of the Jarl of Okany. No joke.
Well then. Tell them to let me back in Whiterun. The Earl of Whiterun kicked me out. Said it was all my fault. That Anduin came down and slew the town. Half of it was ablaze in moments.
The backyard caver sent cake slice.
Thank you for the sweet roll. Oh, a blacksmith prefers grilled leeks and beef stew.
John says Orkney is in northern Scotland.
Northern Scotland. Ah. From North Kiltown. No way! I'm from North Kiltown. Do you know Angus? I know Angus. Up here, we have his beef.
Sean says a Jarl was like a king.
Yes, he was. Except a king is kind of like by divine right, and a Jarl is chosen by the people, more or less. Kind of like the first rudimentary democracy. Kings were done by blood and marriage, and Jarls in a lot of ways were as well. But a lot more concession of the collective.
JLM Building Services says, hi from England.
JLM, hello England. You've got a lot of blacksmiths out there, my friend. What made you stumble into our humble little shop?
Meganite says, hi from Canada.
Hi, back from Canada. We are there as well. But it's a big place. I'm all the way over on Vancouver Island. What part of it do you hail from, adventurer?
Nick Layden says, did you take an arrow to the knee?
Ah, yes, I used to be an adventurer like you, till I took an arrow to the knee.
420 Ranger says, hello from Vancouver, BC.
Ah, Vancouver. You're just a ferry ride away. Hello from Vancouver Island.
Tyson says, what are you making?
We are making a grand throwing blade for our adventurers on their quest. What's their quest? I don't know. We've only just opened the forge, adventurer. They came to me. They said, here are the dragon heads. May you please forge us a throwing blade. And so that is exactly what we're doing. I did not ask for what it was for. I only presume it's for something important. Forging is thirsty business. Always make sure to feed your fire.
Sardude says, pretty cool to watch your craft.
I'm glad you enjoy it, my friend.
This person has no name.
Hello, unknown.
Unknown says, hello from Oshawa, Ontario.
Ontario. Ah, very nice. How's Ontario today? A bit more heat, and we can start drawing out this section as well. Once we get to the preform, we'll then twist the handle. That'll be cool. Or hot.
Mr. Dinkelpuss says, hello from Whiterun. Lady Roro says, I thought your voice was AI at first. At first when I joined.
Well, thank you very much. I consider myself very intelligent. Artificially, of course. Glad to have you here in the Forge, adventurer. Where do you hail from? Ah, I see. Well, it'll be a cold day in Oblivion before I make it there. What are you doing that for? You know I can see you, right? Hammer! I see. Well, you can tell her that'll be a cold day in Oblivion.
Raz says, no lollygagging.
Raz! No lollygagging! My cousin's out slaying dragons, and what do I get? Guard duty!
MZ777 says 6-7. James says, did you ever take an arrow to the knee?
James, yes, back when I was an adventurer like you, before I took an arrow to the knee. Now look at me, stuck in the smithy, while my cousin's out slaying dragons. What do I get? Guard duty.
Ooh. That smoke does not look good.
Let's introduce a little fire! Fire! There we go. Second try's the charm.
Van says, dang, I can see your breath. How cold is it?
I don't know. Cold enough to see my breath, not cold enough for it to snow.
Art in the Stars says hi.
Hello there.
Raz says, do you know what happened to Lydia? I lost her.
Ah, Lydia. Last I heard, she was carrying your burdens. I don't know beyond that, my friend. She is sworn to carry your burdens.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, feed the dog.
How many thousand likes are we at now, my...
30,000.
You are correct. It is time to feed the hound. 30,000 likes.
Gene Guy Livrer says, where's the oxygen?
There. Being consumed by that. Fenrir! Time for your treat, puppy. We're at 30,000 likes. 30,000, buddy. This is Fenrir, our faithful friend of the forge. Good boy. Yes, nice shake. Can you sit? Da-da-da. Don't just do that. Now, shake a paw. Good. Other paw? Good. Now, wait. Up. Good puppy. Get it. Yeah. Jump on that. Yes, up. Good boy.
Raz says, our favorite puppy.
Our favorite puppy. Show the puppy.
Mr. Dinklepus says, have you installed the fan above yet?
Not yet. If we had, we wouldn't have this issue.
Roy Turner says, how do you breathe in that smoke like that?
The trick is to breathe out when you stand up and breathe in when you bend down.
Oh. Danny69 says, I suggest your apprentice take a drink of warm rye and a spoon of honey. My favorite potion as a lad.
That is a good potion. We're trying to draw the smoke out the door. So far, it's proving to be a challenge.
Axeman says, a master and an apprentice. The rule of two continues.
Yes! Always two there are. One to embody the power, one to crave it. After we finish forging and finishing and grinding and polishing this blade, we're going to have to make sure we test it. Throw it at something.
Blade's Kiss says, you need to play the hammer and the anvil song by the Longest Johns.
Hammer and Anvil Song by the Longest Johns.
I thought to make a horseshoe and asked my hammer thus. He said, I'll ask the anvil what you require of us. The hammer asked the anvil, and she had once agreed that they should meet together in the way that I decreed. And it's sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. Taking on the main, the hammer and the anvil relented once again. So
Blade's Kiss says, epic.
As I prepare the cast, they brace themselves for impact like a sailor on the mast. And it's sparks are flying, and strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. I thought to make a pencil for fighting on the field, but just I know the hammer is a noble thing to wield. Although a simple tradesfolk who's a quiet life, the gods of war come to the door of the hammer and his wife. And it's sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. They asked me for a statue of the general who died, a sword raised in his iron fist and a war horse sat astride. And though I knew they'd try me for what I did decide, a hammer in his fist and an anvil by his side. And it's sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. Blacksmiths, a warning take by me. Stick to your country horseshoes and your anchors for the sea. When the gods of war come calling, promising you gold, they'll take your hammer, take your anvil, take your very soul. And it's sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song. Sparks are flying, passion strong. I am the blacksmith singing the hammer and the anvil song.
Death says, what is he making?
Death! We are making a blade.
There are sober men aplenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a rambling rover, from Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world.
Jay, thank you for the follow.
Their ambition, misdeployment from the minute they left the school. And they save and scrape and ponder, while the rest go out to squander, see the world and roll.
Clapping Cheeks says, or Clapping Cheeks follows you.
It's barely 20, there are men of over 90 that have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a rambling rover, from Orkney down to Dover. We
Little Junda, go away then.
face the world.
Blacksmith by Chase Northwood. Okay.
Took delight in all creation. I've enjoyed a wee sensation where the company yet was kind. Though when party was no pleasure, I've drunk another. Blacksmith, hold me away, the strongest. That way I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise. For the blade
Doggo909 says, have you watched Vinland Saga?
Yes!
strike, turn, hammer and burn. The bellows teach and the fires burn. Iron, oil, temper and toil. Forging out of your blood don't boil. Blacksmith, forge me a blade to slay that evil heel. A sword that gleams like diamond, that killing the finest steel.
Doggo909 says, know this guy knows the ball. Doggo909 says, know this guy knows ball.
Hammer!
Colby K says, what are you forging?
We're forging a blade, a throwing blade. You've stumbled across the NPC Blacksmith, my friend. Welcome to the forge. This hammer was hidden to me. The elves, they cast a spell upon my eyes, and a grand gift brought it out so that I could see it once more. Then our adventurers, from quests long past, brought forth the heads of many slain dragons to stoke our forge. Now we create for our adventurers a grand throwing blade, one long, heavy, and sure to penetrate deep.
Kelly followed you. Bob followed you. Colby K followed you.
Thank you for the follow!
Mega Knight says, I'm back.
Welcome back, my friend! Hammer!
Mega Knight followed you.
Mega Knight, thank you for the follow!
Zach M followed you.
Zach M, thank you for the follow!
House of Wolves 37 says, are you stealthily mad but gifted?
Yes!
Colby K says, is the cameraman your son?
Ah, my young apprentice. And doing a grand job, is he not? Everybody in the chat, let's give it up for the grand apprentice.
Blade's Kiss says, woo, Grand Apprentice. Axeman says, big up, youngling. Halitosis says, good job.
Good job.
T-Top Plush says, how old is the young apprentice?
Old enough to apprentice. Those are questions we shall not leave answered.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, feed the dog.
Are we at 40,000 likes already?
We're at 39.
At 40,000 likes, we will feed the dog.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, we hit 40.
Oh, we're very close. Matthew, the numbers are off on your screens. We're at 39.9. Now we're at 40,000 likes. Fenrir! Fenrir! Camera. Good boy. This is Fenrir, our friend in the forge. Faithful hound. Good boy. Can you sit? Let's get you to sit. Come over here. Good boy. Sit. Shake paw. Very nice. Other paw. Other paw. Other paw. That's a boy. There you go. Wait it, buddy. Get it. Get it. Wait it. There's a boy.
Lisa says, aw, beautiful.
He's such a wonderful pup. Be a good boy. Good boy. What a good puppy. Everybody give a round of applause for Fenrir.
Bubbles the Red Fireball says, I return.
Welcome back, Bubbles. Good to have you here in the forge, my friend. Ah!
Zach M says, what breed?
Well now, that is why I always turn off the air before I feed the hound or do anything. I created a wonderfully hot bed of coals, and for 30 seconds more than it should have been, the piece was in the fire, and now it is a ruined piece of trash. Melted off completely. I have but a handle and a twisted, melted scrap of a stump where the blade was to be. Would have hit something. If I hit anything in here, I'll break it.
Matthew Charlie says, can you not forge it back together?
Let's find out. Never as strong as it would have been. Look how terribly burned that is. Bring it in close, Joel. There's not much left to weld. You can see it's melted right through. This is practically an edge right there. But blacksmiths don't make mistakes, we only make shorter knives. So, this is an ugly mess. I do not expect that we're going to be able to salvage this. But we're going to try.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, throwing knives are meant to be short.
They're also meant to outweigh the handle, which this one will not do now. Otherwise, when it turns, the handle is what leads, not the blade. There are many different styles of throwing blades, of course. The one that I was going for is weighted towards the tip, less in the handle. Should have a balance point exactly in the middle. This is what I was going to have constructed. Now we're going to see if we can salvage this. And this was coming along so perfectly too. I had the material isolated exactly where I wanted it. A damn shame to cut you off and try at something.
Rose says, how's the camera moving by itself?
That is the work of the young apprentice. I wish Lucas was here. It's his favorite time of the day. Hot cut time.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, yeah, it was looking great. I'm sorry for distracting you with the dog.
Oh, it's not your fault, my friend. It was time to feed the hound. We have prepared one end. We will now begin preparing the other. And as you can see, the forge is getting ridiculously hot. That is what we want, because we are going to unburn this.
Pasta says, what you making?
We are attempting to salvage.
Did Sable 19 follow you?
Thank you for the follow.
Galaxy Destroyer 71 says, crucial, he works fast while it's still hot, otherwise it'll cool without getting the shape he wants. Plain Doge 369 says, what side quest have I just entered?
Preparing the throwing blade.
Doge 369 says, how much gold for this blade, kind sir?
150 gold, my good adventurer. If this repair is successful. What we're about to do is difficult. It requires a deal of concentration. A great deal. The wrong temperature, the whole thing falls apart. Too cold, it won't weld. Too hot, it falls apart. Literally melts like we did. We're going to see if we can correct this. This particular kind of weld is called a scarf weld. I don't know that we have enough material, enough heat that will be stored in the material to be able to make this work. I've already forged the blade fairly close to its preformed size. We will find out together. together. We're waiting for the steel to start sparkling. Like it was when we pulled it out. All those sparks going everywhere. Very close now. I do not have enough material. Now we let that get very hot again. It is hard to look at. It's so bright. I cannot see. Oh, that thing. Kratos. Vader's guard, thank you for the hard-beat hammer, my friend. Let's see if we can get this. For those of you just joining, we had a catastrophic failure. While feeding my hound, I forgot to turn off the air to the forge. With my back turned, Loki decided to burn my steel. So now I am bringing it up to, it's called a welding heat. So hot that it's almost melting. It's a fine balance. If it's not hot enough, it won't stick. If it's too hot, it'll just melt again. Yeah.
Just time to feed the hound.
Yeah, but not right now, it's not. Thank you very much, my friends. Keep tapping the screen. We'll give them a treat if this works. Now, it's still very delicate. It's only just been tapped together, but it's stuck. Put some more flux on this, get another heat on it right away. I got that. Developed a massive clinker underneath all of these holes. I'm hopeful that we can get this to forge welding heat. On there, making sure that that is melting into the steel. Wanted the master blacksmith, right? The one who could scarf weld less than quarter-inch material together. Yes! It has worked! This blade is going to be misshapen. It will not be as we originally planned. But we might have a blade after all. Bring them in close so they can see what's happened. I'm going to work on the fire. Bring them in close. Let them see.
Garfield says, treat for the dog time.
Treat for the dog time. I'm going to throw some more coal in here first, then it's treat for the dog time. Ah! Victory! Ha ha! An unexpected one, but a welcome one. Fenrir! Hey, buddy. Those elves, they caused my fire to burn. You gotta do some better barking. This is to keep the barks up. You shake paw? Good boy. Up. Good boy. Yoinked it right out of my hand. Good job, puppy. What percent's the battery at?
It is at 51.
Plug it in. You're just tuning in, we have come back from the brink of absolute failure. We have taken what has turned into a broken hunk of steel, and we have taken it, we have turned it into two now welded together pieces of steel that are officially no longer broken, but require a little dressing up. You see the joint? Bring them closer so they can see. They can't see. There you go. We have scarf welded this together. Justin Burns, thank you for the follow. All right. Oh, that was so very challenging. There was a time where that would have been impossible. I can't believe I was able to weld that. I can, because I did it. But that was very difficult. Now we want to get the metal up and hot again. And once it is, we're going to add more, we're going to clean it, we're going to add more flux. Vinny, thank you for the follow. Thank you for sharing the live. Justin Burns, thank you for the follow. Two-hit combo, clear the hammer and continue. Sure exactly what you mean.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, time for the dog to get another treat.
Very good, and we will call forth the hound after this heat. I'm not taking my eyes off this adventurer. We're not having a repeat. We will call forth the hound in but a minute. I leave you with this question. Perhaps, Dr. Prentice, you can read out some of the answers. If you had Fenrir at your side, what kind of adventures would you go on?
Matthew Jimmerfield says, the gross ones.
Well, Fenrir would love that. He likes gross things.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, adventures to slay a dragon.
Ah, classic.
Vader's Guard says, dragon seeking adventures.
Yeah, very good.
Glenn Skipper says he should have been in the Avengers making their weapons.
I agree. Somebody called Tony. Oh no, he's gone. Somebody called Peter. I'm gonna get to the Avengers. Peter would be my way in. Spider-Man. Sorry. Bring everybody in. We'll show them the progress. Run in close, adventurer. Can you see the metal? You can see where we've welded. You can see here the two parts have become one. Now we're going to work on blending this end of the scarf and this end of the scarf. Once we've successfully blended those two, without reducing this steel here anymore, then we'll draw it out. Forge IRL, absolutely. What's that say? Tasenator. Good name. Looks like it's my turn to use a call for it. Hopefully you won't get distracted. Hopefully not too. Jeez. Maybe we've rescued this from the pits of disaster. Okay. Pits of disaster successfully rescued from.
Owen 2.0 says forge.
Forge. Owen, you have no idea, my friend. We just burnt to ruin our wonderful blade that was well on its way. But now we're making a slightly shorter one. We took the two ends because the tip burned off. Like it burned off kind of in the middle. So we didn't have the option of just going, oh well, it's just the tip, just reforming it. We had to scarf weld the whole thing together. And I managed to do a scarf weld with like that much material, which is not easy. But I got it! And the Jarl of Whiterun dared to cast me out. I think Yorlin Greymane even might have something that I can maybe do better than. Maybe I am the finest blacksmith in all of Whiterun now.
The backyard caver sent Rose.
Thank you for the rose. Smells like victory.
The backyard caver sent, "You're awesome."
Who's awesome? You're awesome. We got it. I can't believe it. But we got it. That was difficult. Made even more so. There are two types of folk in this world, adventurer. Those who crack under pressure and those who just become diamonds. Today we have become diamonds. Thankfully we did not crack. We are cracked, but that's different. Still doing hand trading. Aiden, yes indeed we are. The anvil works well for it.
$70,000 likes now.
70,000 likes. Okay. Well, this is ready hot. We'll hammer this and then we'll feed the hound. Going to be a slightly different design, but not much.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, "You forgot to feed the hound at 60K.
Oh, forgot is a strong word, my friend. I was more being very careful not to burn to a crisp my second time with this blade. Now, you may have noticed I turned the fire off. Fenrir! Come here, bud. It is time. It's time to feed the hound. That is odd. Fenrir! Where you at? You're right there. I thought you were off on some adventure. You're just laying down. Do you want a treat or what? You silly boy. You are a good boy. Here's one. That's for 60,000. Good boy. You can see the breath, steam coming off his breath, eh? Ready for the second? You got to shake a paw. Oh, that's a very good. Wait. Oh! Right in half. You see that? The other half. Oh. He's a happy puppy.
Har says it's actually called Fenrir.
His name is Fenrir. Absolutely. My big black wolf. Here. There you go.
Uncle Henry sent glow stick.
Uncle Henry! It's a rave now.
Otipo 007 sent Fest Pop.
Ah, thank you for the Fest Pop. I think I need 3 more Fest Pops to complete a goal. That'd be cool. Put an airbag on.
OTB 007 said, "You're awesome."
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate the kind words. We must forge in. There it is. The tip. If you don't take the time to make your tip perfect, the whole blade's going to be terrible. Rescued from the brink of disaster, adventurers. Artisan work, thank you very much, CA. Share beats, I appreciate it, my friend. Ethan, thank you for the follow. Fortunate. What did I remove? There was a small piece of metal, melted metal, that had been forged onto the surface, and so I kind of pushed that off with my hammer and flaked it off. Now it doesn't have that. I have one joint, one end of the lap weld, the scarf weld, is still just not quite there. The rest of it, this side is solid. This side here towards the handle, it's still up a little bit. We're going to come back to that. I don't want to get at it yet. I just threw a little flux on it to help keep it from getting worse. Right now I want to work on the tip. Now we're going to try and see if we can't put that scarf together just a little bit better. Have to very carefully break your fire.
Axeman says that viewer comment is automatically made by TikTok. It can be sent apparently.
A little champion from that slight distraction, right? Your comment is automatically made by TikTok. You can't be sent apparently. Interesting. Okay, I don't know what that is, but we'll go with that. Now, I want to have one more thing going.
Wise One says, I think this is the longest I've ever sat in a live without falling asleep.
Wise One, well, happy to be your first, my friend. Now you'll be able to see the view of the fire itself. That second view is now up and live on Freedom 22, my backup channel. If you want a close-up view of the fire, there it is. Flip to it anytime. Boom. You've got it. Now you've got two angles, my friends. The main one, the fire one. What do you think? Good idea? I don't know. Go check it out. We're going to increase our air without a jostle. We want to get this one good and hot. I'm going to go in and try to work on that scarf weld. Har! Hardy har har har!
The Backyard Caver says, I'm proud of you for not giving up.
Thank you, my friend. Sometimes not knowing when to quit can be a great strength.
When are we having food?
Right?
When are we having food?
After. That's why I told you before. That's why I had a banana and I've brought the sandwich to chew on. Because when we're foraging, we're already here. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Acceptable?
Yeah.
After the live, we will replenish your hunger bar. Let's get a bit over. Oh, yeah. That's the view. You've got an up-close view of the forge on my backup channel, Freedom 22. It's like Freedom 2, but one extra. It's actually my original TikTok account. That did it. All right. Well, we are now where we would have been a little bit ago. We didn't run into that little issue. We're much happier with that scarf weld now. There's still a little bit in the corner there, but that's not terrible.
Tony says, this is a Christian site.
We're more... You worship whatever God you like, my friend. You'll find Odin lives more here. As we're forging a throwing blade. I had initially drawn out this, it was going to be a nice fat bulbousy head on the end of it that'll land very heavy and hard. Unfortunately, Loki got in here and burned my steel. I need to create a new effigy. He's not been behaving as of late. He tried to burn my beard. He's now burnt the steel in the forge. I think maybe tomorrow we'll create a little effigy and burn that for him, to remind him not to mess with blacksmiths. A long time ago, Loki was bored, a little bit drunk, and he found himself stumbling about in the moonlight and happened across Thor's house. And inside Thor's house was Sif, his wife, she had beautiful hair. It was really her pride and her glory. And Loki thought to himself, it would be quite funny if the one who was known for her beautiful hair did not have it anymore. And so, with a bit too much meat in his belly and intoxication from the moonlight, Loki crept into Sif's room and with a very sharp blade cut her hair all the way off, down to the scalp. How she did not wake up with this, I do not know. Loki is very deft with his hands. But she didn't. She woke up in the morning the next day, and a scream that pierced the ear of everyone in Asgard rang out. Thor came thundering down to see what has caused his wife to scream so greatly, and she showed him her bald head. Thor was furious. He knew instantly this was Loki's fault. Sif asked, how? Thor, do you know that this is Loki's fault? He says, it's quite simple. Whenever something happens, I say to myself, this is Loki's fault. It often saves a lot of time. So Thor went out to go and find Loki. It didn't take him long. Loki was asleep in his quarters. Thor bust through the door, grabbed the god by his scruff, slammed him against the wall, and said one question, one word. Why? Why what? I don't know what you're talking about, Thor. I've been asleep here. I don't know what you mean. Why what? Why anything? Why are you here? He did not say a word. He merely shook him like a terrier does a rat. Loki screamed. No! Stop, Thor, please! Thor says, you have taken her hair. You have taken Sif's hair. That was her pride and her glory. Now people will think that she had her head shaved in punishment for doing something that she should not have done, doing it with someone she should not have. And Loki, who tried to look upset, but really just ended up looking pleased with himself, said, well, there is that, yes. And unfortunately, since I took the hair from the root, it will never grow back. Thor looked at him with anger in his eyes, which was pretty normal for Thor, but terrifying for Loki. Not much scared that god more than his blood brother, or than his blood oath brother, Thor, when he was angry. Loki had known that he had crossed the line. He began to plead with Thor. No. It's not like what you think. I'm sorry. I was drunk. It was nice out. I just something came over me. I'm sorry. Thor did not accept his excuses. He says, "You are going to get my wife's hair back." Loki says, "I can't. It's been cut from the root. It will never grow back. That was part of the fun." Thor mused for a moment. "I wonder how many bones you have in your body for me to break. For every day you do not replace my wife Sif's hair, I'm going to break every bone in your body. After a while, I'll soon get really good at it." Loki began to scream, "No, no, no, Thor, you don't understand!" Thor did not mince words. He merely began to break his first bone. He started with a finger. Loki began to scream, "No, stop, dwarves!" "What?" Thor says, "Dwarves! The dwarves, they can build anything. They can make new hair for Sif. I'm sure of it." "Well then," said Thor, as he dropped Loki to the floor, "you had better go and speak with him. For every day, Loki-son, you come here and you do not have my wife's golden hair replaced, I will break your bones." Before Thor could break any more, Loki ran out the door. He put on his shoes that let him fly, and he went off to Svartalfheim, home with the dwarves. He found Brock and Atri working in their forges, and he walked in. And he says, "Hello, hello to you all. I have asked around, and I have heard from all the 9 realms." Oh, what are their names now? Brock and Sindri are the best crafters, people, that there ever are or will be. The dwarf says, "No, that's not true. We are." "Well," Loki says, "I hear that these other dwarves have challenged you for a contest to see who can make the greatest treasures. They are going to make their treasures for the gods, and they challenge you to do the same and to meet with them in 1 week to see who has come up with the greatest creation of all, the greatest gift for all the gods." Brock was working the bellows. Sindri was working the hammer. He said, "Anything that they can build, we can do better." And so Loki left them to create their gifts for the gods. See, Loki had already ascertained from the other dwarves that they were going to be making Sif's golden hair. They were also going to make a number of other things as well, but among them must be perfectly growing, flowing golden hair. And so the dwarves, both teams, began their work. And in 1 week's time, they both showed up to show their gifts to the gods. Now, Loki had such a good plan. He's gone and he's tricked all the dwarves into creating these things for the gods in contest with each other. He thought himself very clever. It was until Brock said to Loki, "What's your stake in all of this, Loki?" He says, "Oh, nothing. I am innocent in all of this as always. I have no stake in this." "Perfect. Then I demand if I win, if me, Brock, and my brother Sindri win, we will cut off your head and keep it for ourselves. I'm sure we can make a lot of useful things out of your head. Some sort of thinking machine or an inkwell." I don't think Brock liked Loki very much. He says basically, "If we win, I get to cut your head off and keep it for myself." And Loki, not wanting them to not partake, says, "Of course, my head. If you win, you have my word, you may cut off my head." And with that, the dwarves got to work. Loki already knew that the dwarves working on the hair needed no encouragement. They just left them to do their work. But he wanted to make sure, because Brock had put his head on the line, that Brock could not win. Because now if Brock wins, Thor loses his head, and if Brock doesn't do the job, Loki loses his head, and if Brock and Atri don't do the job, Thor will break every bone in his body. Every day. Oh, Loki will heal, but the next day will come and Thor will break all his bones again, and it will continue. On and on and on, until Sif's hair grows back, or Loki doesn't have any more bones to break. It came time for Brock and Atri to make their work. Loki decided he would enter the forge as a fly on the wall. And as a fly on the wall, Loki began to buzz around the room and think, how is it that I am going to make sure that these dwarves lose and I keep my head? And then it dawned on him. I'm a fly. I can bite hard. And so he did. He bit very hard. He bit Brock on the hand so hard, it drew blood from his hand. There was a gaping wound on his hand. But Brock did not miss a beat, pumping the bellows. This was Brock's job. Pump the bellows. Keep consistent, flowing air. Not too much, not too little, and a steady stream. Any wavering would ruin the work. But Loki's trick did not do any good. The piece came out without any affects, without any damage. It was perfect. Loki was not happy. His efforts were fruitless. He tried again. They were about to make something else, another thing. And so Loki, flying around the room, thought now is the time. And he landed and he bit Brock on the cheek. Big, gaping bite from a large fly that is Loki. And Loki creates terrible creations, and he bit with big, jagged teeth. Brock did not waver. He blew up at the fly. He shook his shaggy head, and off Loki went, and Brock kept pumping the bellows, and the work was done, and Atri came out. Oh, very good, very good. Yes, a fraction of a degree colder or warmer, and the whole thing would have been ruined, but here it is, perfect. Excellent job. Now, for this last one, he says, I've been having something in mind that I've wanted to make for a long time. I've got the plans for it right here. He pulled out the plans and he showed them. And the dwarves talked to each other and decided that, yes, this is exactly what we're going to be gifting to the gods. Their masterwork. Loki knew this was the time. There is no time for something. These dwarves to create some sort of masterwork to impress the gods. He would surely lose his head. So he bit him in the eye this time. Brock writhed. He blew. He shook his head, but the fly that was Loki would not come loose. And he bit harder and deeper into Brock's eye, where he could see nothing but blood and pain. And finally, at the bottom stroke, he swatted at the fly with his big blacksmith hand and nearly crushed Loki then and there, which would have been the end of the god. Loki, fortunately for himself, flew away just in the nick of time. And by doing so, he has taken his hand off the bellows, and as a result, the heat was all over the place, not nearly hot enough. Atri says, stop, 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 stop. What is this? What's happened? You have ruined it. You have ruined my masterwork. Here he was creating something grand for the gods. And Loki had come in and spoiled it. Very pleased with himself, Loki was, as he buzzed out the door. And he went to go and meet the gods and tell Thor to calm down and not to break his bones today, because tomorrow they're coming with the gifts. And Sif will have her hair. The dwarves show up. The gods are all there. Yep.
Time to feed the rear.
Time to feed the rear. Fenrir! Fenrir is one of the children of Loki. Good boy. We've got a dragon strip for you, Fenrir. Want a bite? Want a bite? Give it a bite. A very gentle yoink. Good boy. All the gods are together, and the dwarves begin to show what they've created. And the first pair of dwarves, they bring forth a ship that is so big it can carry all the gods, but folds up into a cloth you can put in your pocket. That was one of the gifts. The other gift was an arm ring, not much unlike this one, but made of gold. And every 9 days, this arm ring will drop every day it will drop 9 new rings. So that Odin can keep them, or sell them, or trade them, or whatever he chose. Another one of the gifts that was given to the gods was Gungnir, a spear for Odin. This spear could never miss its target, which, being that Odin only had one eye, was something he found very useful. He was very happy at this spear. It was very fine. Now came Brock and Atreus' turn. Atreus stayed at the forge where he liked to make things. Brock he sent off to go and cut off Loki's head. Claim their victory. He was quite assured that whatever his other cousin dwarves had made, that he could do better. The first gift was Gollembasti, the golden bristled one, a golden boar that can fly through the air. A very neat gift. But Loki thought, you've already got a giant ship that folds up into your pocket and can carry all the gods, so that one wins. The next gift... Oh, what was the next gift? That's going to bother me now for the rest of the night until I go and look it up.
Was it Mjolnir?
That was the last one. Alas, I forget the second one. But the third one, as my young apprentice so astutely announced, was Mjolnir itself. The hammer of the gods. Brock presented it to Thor and says, "This is Mjolnir, the Thunderer. It can grow and it can shrink, and whenever you throw it, it will always return to you, and it's also indestructible. And I am sorry, unfortunately, it is not perfect. It's a bit too short in the handle." Thor scoffed. "What? This is no mistake. This is perfect. Look, I can make it shrink and hide it in my coat. I can make it grow when I want to hit something, and I can throw it at whatever I want. It will just never be destroyed and will always return to my hand. I've lost so many weapons throwing them at people or things that irritate me. This will work well. This will protect all the gods. This is the finest gift we have ever been given," Thor says. Odin agreed. All the gods were in agreement. The Thor's hammer... Oh, it was the golden hair. It was the golden hair of Sif. That was the second gift. Loki got the golden hair for Sif. But he didn't win the bet. because Mjolnir, the work of Brock and Atri, was deemed to be the best of all the gods' gifts. In fact, the finest weapon they ever received. The finest gift ever. And with that, Brock looked at Atri and says, now, come here, trickster god, I'm going to cut off your head. And Loki, of course, not wanting to give up his head, said, actually, no. And he runs away. He has on his winged shoes, and he takes off, and he runs away, and he's getting away very, very quickly, as a sly god would. Brock simply looks at Thor and says, think you can get him back? Well, I think so. I would like to use my hammer. So he throws the hammer and holds onto it, and he flies, and he captures Loki, and he throws the hammer and flies and comes back and brings the trickster god before Brock. Says, here you are. Here is your Loki. Thank you for my hammer. Hammer! Brock begins to grab Loki and says, now, sly god, I'm going to cut off your head. And Loki says, of course you can, yes, that was the wager, but you may not cut any of my neck. Our wager was for my head, and my head only. You cannot cut my neck. Brock says, well, I can't cut off your head without cutting your neck. Loki says, see? This is why you do not try to go up against the trickster, the craftiest, the smartest, the best of all the... And then Brock, he looks over and Brock is whispering something to Odin, and Odin says, yes, this sounds fair. And Brock pulls out an awl, a special needle used in leatherwork. Because he can't cut the god's head off, but he can sure show his mouth shut. So he takes the awl and he stitches Loki's lips together. Very painful for the trickster god. He did not enjoy it one bit, but everybody else in Asgard sure did get a delight. Watching Loki picking and prying at the stitches for months it was. He wasn't able to say a word, which made for a much more peaceful Asgard, that's for sure. As such, blacksmiths like to remind the trickster god Loki, who is also the god of fire, but just what happened to him the last time he decided to cross a blacksmith. And so, Viking smiths, for many, many years, hundreds of thousands of years, have carved little wooden faces with stitched lips representing Loki. And then you burn it very slowly in the forge as a reminder to Loki what happens when you cross the blacksmith. That is how Thor gets Mjolnir. And that is how the blacksmiths warn Loki. You behave. You don't burn my beard. You don't burn my steel. I will create fire for you. But do not cross the smith. There we are. How our friends over in Fireview looking? Ah. Well, not very many people like the fire. They had one viewer.
Do you have any more stories?
Oh, I have many. I have many, but that one was very appropriate. Almost there, Matthew. At 90,000 likes, we will call forth the hound.
Can you tell us another story?
Would you like to hear another story? How about of Fenrir? Fenrir, as we know, is the great wolf from Norse mythology. He is the child of Loki. Loki has several children. He's got 2 that are his children in Asgard. And he has several others over in Jotunheim with his mistress Angrboda. Odin has been having terrible dreams and visions. A great black maw snatches him up. A deathly eye watches him, with another eye that is beautiful, also watching him. And finally, he sees great black venom that takes the life of his son, Thor. And he thinks to himself, this cannot stand any longer, I must know what is going on. And he goes to Loki. And he says, Odin says to Loki, you have children. Yes, Loki says, I do. I have 2 very good children, although they sometimes, I must confess, don't always listen like they should to their father, but they are quite good children. Yes, I do, O High One. No, says Odin. You have been sneaking away, and you have fathered and sired other children with your mistress, Angrboda. I have seen this, sly one. You have borne children that will be the death of all the gods. And Loki slowly admits this. Yes, in fact, she does. Odin talks to Thor, and Odin talks to several of the gods, and they go and they gather Loki's children. They head off to Jotunheim and find them. Loki's children are not hard to find. I believe Heimdall was with Thor at the time. We'll say Thor and Heimdall. They travel into Jotunheim and they find Thor's children. And they bring them back with them. And what's odd, Heimdall mentions to Thor, is that they've gone to the land of the giants. They have taken from them their children. And yet the giants do not follow. It's almost as if they wanted them to be taken. Or else, why else would they not attack us for taking their children? I thought we would have a fight on our hands. We did not. They're not even following us to see where we're going. Thor thought, you're just being ridiculous. But as he said that, a sharp breeze cut the back of their necks and sent a shiver up their spines, both of them. A premonition, perhaps, of what was to come. They brought the children of Loki, dragged them. The snake they tied to a big pine tree so that it would stop trying to eat them. The wolf was just a puppy, no bigger than this. And they dragged it along with a simple leash. And there was a third child, a girl, dead in one half and beautiful in the other.
Live has been restricted for
What?
some audiences.
Live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable and has been restricted. I am telling tales of the gods. Okay, I guess that's the end of the stories. There is no way that this is uncomfortable. You're loving this. Matthew, thank you very much. The actions in this live could result in injuries or adverse health effects. That is absolutely so wrong. Shem, thank you very much. Skyrim Blacksmith back. Yes, we are, my friend Hammer! I do not want to anger the gods of TikTok. Not. But I will tell the story.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, OMG, like I see people on like showing pew-pews and they're fine I hate TikTok.
I can appreciate that sentiment. I do not want to anger TikTok. I need them. But I am deeply disappointed in TikTok. I am very safely foraging in a proper area with an apron, with glasses, everything I'm doing correctly. All that I am doing TikTok is telling tales of Norse mythology. That is not distasteful. So, the gods make it back with the 3 children in tow. The first one, the girl, who is half decay and half life. Her name is Hel. She is polite to the All-Father. The All-Father sends her to manage those who die in unworthy ways. In Hel, her home, her new home. Hel agrees. She accepts this charge, and she begins to name her possessions. Her bed is called sick bed. Her knife and fork and plate are called famine. She lives now in what some people who listen to the Snorri Christianized version call Hell. But it's really with one L, not 2, and it's drastically different than the Abrahamic interpretation. It is not so much a pit of suffering, more it's like all the beer's flat. It's like it's not nearly as fun. It's not nearly as good. It's not nearly as great. It's still okay. You're not tortured. But I mean, from there, we'll sail Naglfar, the largest ship that has ever been and ever will be. It is made from the fingernails of the damned. Will encircle Midgard, and it will take sailors who are not wise, and it will take fishermen who try to pull in nets that are too large for themselves. And eventually, one day, come the end of all things, it will take the lives of many gods, including Thor himself. The third child is Fenrir, the great wolf. Fenrir grows by the day, not just in size, but in hunger. The gods begin to fear him. First is this big, sizable dog. Then his shoulder is that of a man. Now he's quite large. By the end of the week, he couldn't fit in my building. He grows. He grows every day. And as he grows, so does his mind. And he begins to speak and think as men and gods do. Tyr is the one who decides she will take care of this animal, and he alone brings him his meat every day. Plays with him, pets him, puts his hand in his mouth. Everything you do with a dog, he would do with Fenrir, the child of Loki. So one day, Fenrir has gotten, well, quite large. He can wolf down cave bears in a single bite. He has become so massive, the gods worry that he them instead. And so they decide, the council at Heliskil, that the needful action that must be done is to bind the wolf so that he cannot harm them. They don't want to end the wolf, just contain him. There's a lot of metaphors in this. They contain the wolf as best they can. Well, first they decide, so they head off to the forges of Asgard, and they begin to forge shackles and chains, large ones, huge ones, strong ones. And they bring these chains to Fenrir. They say, Fenrir, we have a game for you. Fenrir! Fenrir! We have a game for you. Hello, puppy. You are getting so huge. You need more meat. That's a boy. Fenrir, we have fashioned the strongest chains that ever were. And we do not think that you are strong enough to break these chains. Fenrir looks at them.
Gifting suspended.
I'm sorry, my friends, that's the end of the tales. Clearly, if I tell tales of the gods, I get my live shut down and my gifting suspended. I'm going to message my my agency after the live. Clearly, I'm not allowed to tell the tales that I'm telling in the way that I'm telling them. I wish that weren't true. But that's now the second action that I've had in the last 15 minutes. all when I started telling his tales. So I can't tell them anymore. I'm sorry.
Are you gonna take a screenshot?
Yeah. Ugh. Appeal. TikTok should allow content like mine. Mr. Dinklepuss, thank you, my friend. You can see that. I had a warning on the bottom as well, yes, so that's the end of the I have no choice. I don't make the rules, I just live by them. I am very saddened by this, I am deeply troubled by this. I think that tales of Norse mythology should be able to be told freely. Apparently, TikTok does not agree. Very sad. I was enjoying telling them as much as you were enjoying hearing them. Oh well. Let's, where's my twisting wrench? I've got a Ford wrench. I knew I was going to need it, and I thought about it, and I went, oh, where is that?
TAC says, TikTok killing fun.
TikTok is. TikTok, I would love for you to take a look at the comments here of everybody who was greatly enjoying these tales that I was telling. They are literally tales from Norse mythology. There is nothing wrong with them. Everybody tell TikTok how much you wanted to hear the stories. Believe it or not, TikTok can hear us all. And they respond to your comments just as much as they respond to what I am saying and doing.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, you should sue them for discriminating against your tales.
That is religious discrimination. It is. Now I need to find this Ford wrench. It's to twist this blade handle. It's very important. And I had it out yesterday, the day before yesterday, but I got sick, and I don't remember. Wait. Oh, I thought for a second that I had found it. I had not. I apologize.
Mr. Dinklepuss says, do you think if you reboot your live gifting, it will refresh?
No, it won't. It's a good idea, but no, it won't. I have appealed. I'm part of an agency. TikTok takes my appeal more quickly than it takes others. Hopefully they will see the appeal. Hopefully they'll see your comments and they'll reverse their mistake. Because this is a mistake, TikTok. You have made a mistake here. I will not tell any more tales because I do not want to get in trouble. If I say, hey, we need gifts for this, that, or the other things, you tell me no. If I start telling tales, you tell me no. What can I do? We have somebody here enjoying the live. We're going to keep the camera live going. Keep the camera going.
Was 914 says, this is purely educational TikTok.
Exactly.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, I hate TikTok. They're so unfair.
They're trying to protect me. Well, I understand, but this is not something that requires protection from. This is simply Norse mythology. Like, would you cancel my live if I was talking about Persephone in the Greeks? Ah, way too cold. More heat.
Gifting restored.
Thank you very much, TikTok. I appreciate your quick attention to this matter. I appreciate everybody being able to send gifts. It is what allows us. It just says gifting restored. Where did it say it?
A minute, like a second ago.
It just popped up and disappeared?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
all right, my friends, let's see if this works, if this is going. Galaxy gets you on the wall. Hartney gets a hammer. Send something and let's see if this is working or not. Let's test whether or not TikTok is indeed, in fact, reinstated us. Justly so. Thank you, TikTok.
Jeff sent Journey Pass.
Jeff! What a journey we have been on, and it has succeeded. My friend, thank you.
Mr. Dinklepuss sent Rose.
Thank you for the rose. Smells like hammer.
What was 914 says my Norse history goes back to the 749 AD conquest of Russia.
Very cool. Although distant relation. Now, in order to make sure that TikTok understands all of the necessary safety precautions are being followed here, do not do whatever I'm doing at home. I am an expert. You know what? We're going to go with a half twist. That actually looks pretty decent.
Danny69 sent 49 cake slices.
Thank you for the sweet roll. Noah Blacksmith prefers grilled leeks and beef stew. I'm glad we were able to get it corrected quickly, my friends, and I apologize for not being able to tell any more tales. I wish there was a way to tell them. I've got some good friends who tell lots of tales of Norse mythology in their lives quite regularly. I'm going to confer with them to see how it is that I cultivate my speech in such a way that it's permissible.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, I'm so sad. I was loving the tales.
I was loving them too. I really was. TikTok was kind enough to restore my live, so I guess we must be grateful for that. They didn't just shut me off, which has happened in the past, which is one of the reasons why we use the words that we use. I must cultivate my speech more carefully. I wish it wasn't so.
Axeman says, those pesky goblins.
The elves! It's the elves, Axeman! We are fashioning up a throwing blade. It's coming along quite well, actually, despite the near catastrophic failure we had previously.
Mr. Dinklepuss says, you deserve all the support.
Thank you very much, my friend. I need it. So I'm glad I'm deserving. I'm also in need. Wonderful that those two things align.
Matthew Jimmerfield says 100K likes. Let's go.
100,000 likes. Terrific job, my friends. You're doing excellent. I would like to get this shaft here. You see, we've got a bit of an issue with our scarf weld. Can you see that? See that kind of lip there almost? That goes halfway into the material. You hear that?
Yeah.
It's back. Whatever was howling before is back. Fenrir! Fenrir! There he is. Hey, buddy. We heard disconcerting noises. We're glad you're okay. Very nice puppy. Would you like a treat? Is it time? Oh, yeah, we're well past time. My friends, fantastic job. Fenrir! That's a boy. There you go. Hey, don't run away. Yeah, now I pet you. Good boy.
Fenrir, sit. Fenrir.
Down.
Down. Stay.
Good boy. Stay there.
Stay.
Just stick around here for right now, puppy. Weird things howling away. We don't want them to call you. We would hate for anything to happen. We'll stay inside for safety.
Matthew Jimmerfield says it must be Loki playing tricks on you.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Bubbles the Red Fireball says, what about the giveaway?
Ah, Bubbles, you weren't here. So the giveaway has not yet been announced. With everything, I got sick. And so I forgot, the simple fact is I forgot to throw, to get the piece of paper with everybody's name on it. So the giveaway is still happening, it just hasn't been announced yet. And I think maybe what I'll do is maybe choose the winner by throwing this at it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print off everybody's names on a nice little sheet of paper. I'm going to put that on a post, and I'm going to throw this at it. And whoever's name is cut wins. And so there'll be two winners. If I hit two people's names in one throw, then great. We've got our two winners. And if it's not two people in one throw, then it'll be two throws. And then we will announce that tomorrow. It was supposed to be tonight, but again, I got sick. Yesterday was a complete and total loss. I did not do anything. I laid in bed all day. It sucked.
And now lay down. Boy, now you stay in the forge, puppy. There's things outside.
I don't know what they are. All right. We have successfully forged what is called a pre-form. So the next step is to grind this.
Matthew Jimmerfield says, can we see the handle?
Bring them in. Not bad for something that it was burnt in two and then re-welded back together. They can't see. There you go. So when you put something on, when you lean it on one, you lean it on two like that. See, now you're steady. We've got a half twist in the handle. We've got this little lap right here. I'm actually going to come back with I've got a little welder. And so I'm just going to run a small bead across that and then grind that off. Exactly. Train track nail throwing blade. Exactly. Jem, you're back in the fan club hammer. You can see the back side of it here. We welded perfectly. You can't even see where the joint is. That's how good of a job I did on that side. Yes, sir?
I think for tonight we should have the puppy stay inside the barn.
That sounds good. We'll do that.
So there's something outside.
I'm glad you guys like it. It's not what I had envisioned, but just like Brock and Atri, Loki had his business. You want to order pizza? I cannot help with that.
Good boy. Stay inside the forge. You stay. You stay, puppy.
That is hot. That is very hot.
Mr. Dinklepuss says, come on, no pizza oven?
Yeah, actually, this is going to work out really well. The balance is a little bit back. I'd rather have the balance point be a little bit more forward. I want to be able to throw from about here. But this is good. Or sorry, this is good. This will work. Listen to that. I successfully scarf welded all of that. That's terrific. Well, I mean, 99% successful, because there's that one little bit right there that didn't weld. This side welded completely. This side is missing a few percent. This side is perfect. This side is perfect. It's just this one little bit right here. That's the only part that didn't get perfectly welded. And I'll fix that with a little buzz welder. And then I'll grind this all up. And I'll make this all pretty. And then we will cast this at the board tomorrow. I'll make a video of that. And we will announce the winner of the giveaway. And the winner will win these blades here. One of these two blades. Mr. Tinklepuss, I do have one. You're absolutely right. Thank you very much, Jem. If anybody would like to own a blade for themselves, I am making these to order. I'm doing a run of them. You can order from my website, freedom.ca. It is a limited run. Once I have run out of orders, I won't be making these ones for some while. These are to celebrate the opening of the Grand Forge. Nice will be better when you win it. Red Dog, your name is on the list, my friend. All right. It has been quite the night, hasn't it? Put that one down. Don't walk over into that one.
I thought I heard something.
It has been a night of ups and downs and failure and success and shutdowns and brought back. Fenrir, stay. We've gone on adventures looking for howling creatures. It has been an eventful evening, my friends. I am still not feeling the greatest, and it's really starting to catch up with me. We have completed and forged this. I'm going to tomorrow work on the grinding of it and getting it all polished up, and then we're going to cast it into a board and pick the winner of the giveaway. That will be tomorrow. For now, my friends, we will say good evening, adieu, thank you, and we will be back tomorrow. Until then, may the Force and the Forge serve you very, very well, and may Donovan send us off.
Hello, everyone. Goodbye.
Hello, everyone, and goodbye. This has been a good night. There is something outside. We must protect our.
Huh. Really, really light brown. Cars, I can't say that out loud because it doesn't sound like a game. Are you planning out your strategy in my chat there, Cars? I forgot to set my live goal, guys, but apparently we're 57 out of 64 away from it, so W for that. Getting close to our live goal. That's cool. That's cool.